Sportwagen Zoom einbauen. I don't know what that means. Hello fine people of the interwebs. Today I'm putting in serious work on Project Teeter Tot, my 2001 Audi TT Quattro project car named after a crunchy small potato that falls out of people's pockets. Up above over here is a link to the last video where I worked on this car for all you new folk to get you caught up. Everybody else going straight to work. Alright, first things first, I'm going to insert these bushings into my freshly epoxy coated lower control arm dry to make sure everything fits, but I will take it apart again and make sure I use tons of lube. Now if you look at the other side of the lower control arm, it has this kind of like lip to it, but if you flip it over, it's completely straight cut. So on the bushing itself, one side of the bushing has a taper to it and the other side has a larger lip. You want the taper to face the taper on the lower control arm so it slides in easily, which it doesn't happen using this C-clamp nor using some magnetic trays to try to cup it into place. So what I ended up doing was using a 3,000 pound Audi and a floor jack to try to squish these things in here, which it kind of works, but I need more lube. Lots of lube. Lots of lube. One of two things is gonna happen. Either this is gonna press into the lower control arm, or it's going to take off at 1,000 miles per hour and probably kill a pigeon in the process. Yeah, get up in there. Oh yeah. Just like that. Yeah, buddy. And this is what happens when I do voiceovers. I start talking about pigeons instead of explaining the process that you're watching on the screen right now. These have been sitting in my garage for over 6 months now, waiting to go on the car. MGC Suspension is the company that sponsored these Bilstein coilovers for the TT. They knew I really wanted a set of Bilsteins for it because I'm just picky and I really like Bilstein products, even though Bilstein themselves didn't sponsor this. Free advertising. I just like their stuff. So big shout out to MGC Suspension. Link down below. They specialize in VAG cars. So they're the ones that hooked your girl up, and they've been patiently waiting for me to install these on the car. 6 months. They've been sitting. I haven't opened them. Lots of tapes. Ooh, those are hard. Ooh, it's slippery from all the lube. Cut it. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, I'm so excited about these. It's so sad I'm gonna just sell this car because this is so, I'm so happy I got Bilsteins. I thought I wasn't gonna need a spring compressor for this job because I already had the struts off the car, but I forgot I need the bearings off the top of the OE struts. In order for me to remove this guy right here without losing my teeth, I need to compress the spring so I can take this nut off and get to the bearing. I had a brain fart and the instructions are in German. It's been like a long time since I put coilovers on. At least I caught it before I did all this. Stay. Hi. I went and got a spring compressor at the store and a taco in the process. I hope I don't have any stuck in my teeth. This thing was relatively cheap. Why is this not making any sense to me? Oh, I'm special. There's one. There we go. Oh man. The bearing goes right here on top of the coilover, and then this rubber bushing sits down right on top of there. I just gotta tighten this nut down. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys appreciate the voiceovers. It kind of helps me out with filming these videos so I can just focus more on work unless I'm filming. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna put the coilover onto the needle spindle by pounding it on there and spreading it open a little bit. Don't worry, I used the blanket underneath it so I wouldn't damage the threads at the top. Then just install it, the reverse order of disassembly, which I did 2 videos ago. I have a problem. See this gap right here in between the top of the silver part and the bottom of the black rubber part? These guys right here the strut mounts, the upper strut mounts on the TT are worn out, which means if I tighten everything up, there's gonna be a gap in between the strut and where it secures on the car. That's no bueno. I ordered some, but they won't arrive until Sunday. It's Friday night right now. Sometimes these things happen though. Hello. So, it's the next morning, and time to go back to work. I'm gonna tackle the rear now, since I'm waiting on rubber for the front. So I'm taking you with me. Let's go back to work. And back to voiceover. So, I need to install these rear trailing arms into the brackets that hold them underneath the car, but first I need to paint them because I can't leave anything alone. I have extreme OCD when it comes to building cars, and it's a problem that I have to deal with. Anyway, once those were all nice and painted up, it was time to put the bushings back into the rear trailing arms, which were super easy. They just popped into place, unlike the rear trailing arm itself. They're heavy and a massive pain to reinstall on the car. It made it a lot easier to pull the bracket out from underneath the car and install the bushing and trailing arm into that, and then assemble it all as one piece. So this is mildly sketchy what I'm doing right now. If you notice, the quick jack is no longer on this side of the car, it's over there because I have some jack stands under it now. It's a two-person job getting that rear trailing arm in, and I did it with one. These guys over here have surface rust on them, but they do make adjustable ones, and they're not that hard to change from what it looks like. I don't have to tear too much apart, I don't think. I would like to upgrade these in the future, maybe, along with an upgraded rear sway bar. I have to stop with going so OCD on my projects. I can't help it because I know the right way to build these, and I just don't have the budget or personnel available to build them the way I'd want to, and I just don't want to show you the wrong way because I know the right way. It's just I can't. I gotta do what I can do. So collar, spring, Teflon ring, black adjustment collar, and then this guy on top. How am I gonna pick you up? Oh shit. How do I do this part? There really was no easy way to do this. I had an extra floor jack laying around that I used to kind of prop up underneath where the axle portion is, so that way I could get the hardware threaded into their holes, which, holy shit. A praying mantis just landed on my laptop while I'm editing this video and doing the voiceover. Oh, I wish I could film this for you right now, but I'm doing a voiceover. Okay, anyway, threading hardware back into the stuff, and I'm jacking it up, and voiceovers are fun. Anyway, the jack helped quite a bit because this thing's super heavy, and I was able to pop the axle into place and then get my transverse links connected to the back side of the rear trailing arm, and then lower it down ever so slowly. Come here, bud. I want to help you. There you go. Bye, little guy. See ya. See ya. I got it. My camera lens is dirty, I gotta clean it, but I'm so excited. My eyelid is twitching. I might do a live stream tomorrow, or in the past for you guys, so that way I have more time to work on this. I don't know if I can do this in 2 days. It's an easy job, but it's a lot. Sportwagen Zoom einbauen. I don't know what that means, but it has something to do with the shock. Nordschleife Nürburgring. If you haven't noticed already, I'm recording my voiceover in my garage, so the echo is the same as if I was working out here because I put that much effort into these videos. Anyway, the shock is held in by 2 bolts, and it connects with the same lower bolt as my rear end link that looks like a crusty piece of crap. You go in there somewhere. Cable ball, undo the sway bar. Suck it, Trebek. I am pissed off right now. I just realized something really shitty after doing all this work. These are the wrong rear hubs. There is a piece right here that is blocking me from getting the castle nut on there. That means I literally just wasted this entire day putting all this back together because the whole damn thing has to come back off because I have to get these repressed off and the correct ones pressed on. Going off what I just read on ECS Tuning's website for part numbers and my Bentley service manual, this hub right here, if you notice, it is completely exposed around the axle. Should actually be on the rear of my car. The part numbers got switched when we were pressing them because this is identical to the old front hub that came off the car. Because my TT is an early 2001 model year, it does not have the shouldered bolt style front axle that uses a bolt to secure the axle onto the hub of the car. When we pressed the new hubs on, we did the front first. So when we grabbed these out of the box, they look so much different than the ones that were on the original fronts because these were for a late 2000 model year car and mine is an early 2000 model year car. So these have to come off, and I ordered a new set already, like the front, to go back here. Let me sit you down here real quick. I don't want to be rambling like an idiot shaking my camera around. So this thing right here is technically the part for a front wheel drive base model TT, according to Rock Auto, and they don't have one listed for an early 2001 Quattro. The only ones that they have that shoulder around where the axle is. That won't work, but this works right here. Spec-wise, all the measurements on this part are identical to the one that is on the rear of the car, minus it doesn't have this shoulder for the different style axle that is on late 2001s. The only ones I could find that were correct for this car for early 2001 Quattros are $200 a piece, and there's only one in stock on ECS Tuning's website. So I'm not spending $400 just for no reason. These work, they fit, everything is correct, and a bonus on top of that. If you guys remember when I did the big brake install on this car, my rotors were lug-centric and not hub-centric, because of the fact that this is an early 2001 model year car and these fit 2001 and up cars. So my rotors are now hub centric because it fits this hub. I'm really sad that I didn't get this all done in one video for you guys. I tried jobbing my butt off, but this thing kept me because it's an Audi. And any of you that have ever worked on a VAG car know that's how it goes. But MGC Suspension, who sponsored these coilovers, thank you guys so much for sending me the coilovers. So far, so good with them. That's the rest of the car that sucks right now. But the next video, hopefully I can knock the rest of this out and straighten it out and finish it. And if any of you know a part number for a hub pulling tool, so I don't have to pull this rear trailing arm back off again, let me know. Or if you know where I can go buy one, like a store that carries them, I would much rather do that and just build maybe like a slide hammer or something. I can just pull that hub off and then pop the new one on. It's brand new. It should be, I don't want to jinx myself. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for the screw up. It's the car's fault. And I will see you soon with another video. Bye.